Hi guys, so today I have some new items from LDRS Creative to share with you. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I already lost my train of thought. I was going to say these are available on LDRScreative.com. Like I said, I'll have it linked there, but not HSN. Okay, so I know sometimes people equate their items with HSN because that's probably where you've seen them, but they do have their own site where they have all kinds of amazing items. So these are three different things. We have the Joyful Blooms stamp set, photopolymer stamp set, really nice size. Oh, you know what? I took my ruler somewhere else. I was doing some work earlier and I left it at my couch. Okay, so it's like 5¼ or so in this direction. You know, we have a single bloom here too that's really cute, just off to the side. It's like 2 inches or so tall. Photopolymer, smells great, work great, and that's what we have here. And then the separately there are dies for the items there, but what I love is that they also include for the lettering, so it's really sweet to just stamp that, cut it out, and you can pop it on any card. Of course, you bring joy to my life and you are so beautiful to me. And if you want to color these in, you know, by hand with your alcoholic markers, watercolors, whatever it is that you like to use, that's great. But there's also a set of layering stencils that coordinate with that. So it says it has alignment guides, and I showed you this in the last video, or I guess not the last video, but one of the previous videos, that what they have now is, so they have the numbering and lettering. Let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see that better. So like this one's 1A, I believe there's 7 stencils in this. So this is the first set of blooms, okay? So you would put that down and do what you're gonna do. And the second one is 1B, but this one also has little etching on it. So let's say you don't pick up the stamp, or you just want the really soft look of the stencil, which I think is what we'll do today since we haven't done that in the past. I think I always pair it up with the stamp. All you do is line these guys up, and that's what helps you align what you're gonna do next, right? So that's 1B. 2A has a little bit more color, and then on the back here, of course, you can also see what each one is intended for, and then of course you replace with your own colors or follow along with the colors, however you want to use it. And so 2A and then 2B, again, it has a little guide, so as you're looking through, you know where to place this, and that's where it's going to be the best situation there for you to keep going. And then we have the leaves coming in, and some accent on those leaves, and then like the little finishing up like branches and maybe veining or however. So what I'm going to do is grab some paper. Like I said, I think today what we're going to do is stick with the very soft look of the stenciling, and then we'll cut it out with the large die in here. We'll use one of the sentiments and we'll put that on top of a card. So I am going to grab some colors and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have quite a few things here. Just a paper pad that I'm going to do my coloring on. I took this out of the packaging so it wouldn't be so shiny. We can look at that. So again, we're going to start off with our beautiful flowers. She's using like a light pink and then a darker pink, kind of like a lighter coral orange kind of color, a darker one, and then some teals for the leaves. I'm going to make mine super bright today, I think. So I am just going to place this here. I have a piece of paper. Of course, I don't need this whole thing, you know, basically this kind of A2 size area. So I'm just going to tape this down. And I know it's not going to be up in this area or anything like that, so I'm just getting some tape that I've used in the past, so it might look a little not so great. Let me move that up there, make sure I'm in a good spot for you guys. And then I have my little inks. These are LDS Creative inks. They are hybrid inks. Now I've used these so much that sometimes I'll take them out of the pack and then I'll put them somewhere else and then I put them back in. So it's possible, like this says on the farm, it may not be all the colors that are on the farm. They might be mixed up by now. So like this one has a dark blue, you know, really rich purple, rich red, and then like a lighter purple. So that's why I was like, no, I think that one actually had a dark green in there. So they're all mixed up is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, if I use different colors, I'll let you guys know what they are. But if you look for like these little jewel packs, it's possible that I have them mixed up. So I think, like I said, I'm gonna make mine pretty bright. I think I'm gonna start with, ooh, Lipstick Jungle's pretty too. I'm gonna go with Pink Tutu for my flower, the first part, and then the topper part of that, the deeper part, I'm gonna make red. So we're gonna take 1A, and I'm just gonna place it here, like I said, you know, just making sure this whole stencil's on here. And I'm just gonna tape it down. think I used that the last time I stenciled something. That's why it has some color on it. And I'm going to be using brushes, and I'm not even going to switch these out. Like this always has pink on it, so I'm going to use this for the pink and I'm going to use it for the red. And then this one has green, which is going to be for my leaves. This one already has like yellow on it, which will be for the accent flowers. So I'm going to go in with pink tutu, and I'm just dipping in here, and I try to start kind of like where the flower would be the base of it out. Of course you don't have to do that. That's kind of what the second stencil will do for us, right? It'll add some color for us. But for now, I just kind of start there and I go out. And that's just how I do it. And depending on the stencil, do I do a circular motion? Do I do a pouncing motion? It just depends on if it's very delicate. Like this one obviously has big areas. I don't feel like I need to be super delicate with it. And that's what I'm going to do for that one. But sometimes, and maybe I'll come across that in these stencils, you have areas where they seem pretty delicate, so you just want to do more of a pouncing motion instead of rubbing into it, because then you can move the stencil pieces. Okay, that was 1A, and now I have 1B. And again, 1B has like these little etchings, right? So when I come over here, I'm going to place this down, and I'm looking at those little gray etching marks. Well, they're not really gray, but they're just there. And I can see where they should be, so I place this correctly here. I think it needs to be a little higher up. And you know, I'm just looking at the different areas, and that's pretty great right there. So I'm gonna stick that down and move on to my next darker color. I'm gonna go with Scarlet Rose, like we're going really red. So I'm gonna dip in here. This is also making the little extra flower, the single flower that's up here. So that's what that is up there. And again, just kind of come in here. And, you know, I do it kind of soft, like I said. I'll start in the center area and kind of come out this way. I probably don't even have to keep dipping. This has plenty of ink on it. Let's get a little more in there. We're good here. Just making sure I got all the areas. And then I'll probably go and rinse off my stencils now that we're done with these colors. I'll place this to the side. Oh wow, guys, look at that. Okay, let me go rinse these off. I will be right back. So for the flowers, the layer 2A and 2B, I'm going to use Dandelion and In Your Face Orange. So 2A. Again, we have those etchings there. We can check it out, especially with this one, because this one we're starting basically new flowers, so they're not overlapping other flowers right now. So I'm kind of eyeballing that, and then down here it needs to go like right in here, maybe something like that. I'm just looking at the little edges and also looking at this here. That looks pretty great. Okay, so we'll tape that down, and I'll use my Dandelion with my little yellow brush. Oop. Nope. There we go. And then up this way. And that's that for that. And then we'll go to 2B, which is the next layer here. Okay, so on this one, again, we have our bits here, even for the line to line up at the top, which is really cool. And I'm looking at everything that's going on here. That looks pretty great. Right there. And take that down, and then I'll go in with In Your Face Orange. And right over here. And just over here. And then I'll go ahead and rinse these guys off. And whatever's left on here, usually I just kind of like do this kind of thing until it stops coloring, and then we're good to go. But let's this off. Aww. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse these guys off, and I'll be right back. So we're just gonna finish up with our leaves. I'm gonna use a very bright lime green key lime pie, and then going into 4-leaf, which is like a deeper green, and then the darkest green I have here, evergreen. So it's because we have 3 stencils for the leaves and that kind of thing. So 3A, and again, you know, at this point you can kind of put it on there, but you also have the little etchings that help you keep it straight, or I don't know if it's necessarily straight, but where it needs to be, right? So let's put that there. That looks pretty great. So this is 3A. And so again, I'm going to go in with the lightest one. So cute. And again, you can mix and match your stencils, like if there's, you know, with the flowers, obviously they have 2 layers, but like with this green one, maybe you just want to do 2 of the layers, or however. It's whatever you want. So that's the lightest green. Then we're going to this deeper green for the next one. Make sure to switch out. I was about to just go right in. No, we need to switch out to 3B and then 3C. Look how pretty that is. Oh, alright, it almost looks just like watercolored. And we're going to take this little guy, and again I'm looking at those little etchings that are there for us. Covering that one up there, this one here, and down over here. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on this area and making sure all the other areas are pretty well matched up. It looks pretty great. I need to move down just a little bit here. Where's my other little sticky? Did I not have it on my finger? That's funny. Alright, I'll find another one. Okay. The mystery of where the other piece of tape went will remain. Okay, so I'm going to go with this guy. And then we're going to go in with the deepest green. And again, I kind of start in the center of the flowers and come out this way. A little bit more over here on this one. Oh my goodness. You guys, look at that. How it just fills in and looks just amazing. Okay. And I mean, look at the little flower here. How cute. Okay. The little bud is just adorable. And 3C, now this is the darkest one. If you want to use brown or black or whatever, you know, I'm going to use another green, but it's whatever you want. So again, I'm just kind of looking at the etchings and just making sure we're in the... Hey, that was pretty great. Yeah, I put it right on there. Yep. Yeah. All right. And now I'm going to come in with this darkest evergreen. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be lovely. That one's very juicy. There's a big truck coming by. I live in a cul-de-sac. It's literally 10 houses. It's so busy in here. Okay. And there's our last bit. Oh my goodness. I mean, how beautiful is that? I'm gonna rinse these off and I will be right back. My goodness, you guys. I mean, look at that. You know, while we're here, since I just have this white paper, we're gonna cut away, you know, with the die. What I'm gonna do is go to You Bring Joy to My Life and stamp this, and then we'll cut that out. Oh my goodness, smells so good. I can't help but smell these kind of stamps. Photopolymer, they're just so good. Okay, let's see. Well, let's quickly stamp this with some VersaFine ink. Now, VersaFine does take a minute to set up, so if you're going to use it, you can also maybe set it with some embossing powder. Oopsie. Nope, don't do that again. So I'm just going to stamp that again, and then let it sit so it dries, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so to create my card, I just have a standard A2 size card base here ready to go. And then I'm going to take this cover plate, it's the Modern Trellis cover plate, and I'm just going to pop this on here. run that through. Just some white paper so we have white on white background. And then with this, I'm going to take our die set and cut this out. I did complete what I had missed when I stamped this bottom sentiment. So now I have 2 sentiments, and what I mean by that is I just took a micron pen and just filled in what I had missed. So it looks good as new, but I'll put that right on there, tape that down. Of course, it doesn't move. Really easy to see right through there. I can see where the 2 little dots are even, or the dot and the J and then the very top of the J, so you know exactly where you're cutting. And with this one, look how bright and beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm going to use the extra little bud today, but how pretty would this be just to put like on an envelope, right on the outside of your envelope? Quick and pretty. And something like that. That looks pretty great. Again, there. Yeah, like right there. And of course I'll tape that down because I do not want that to move. And I'll run that through. Tape this one down and I'll be right back. We have our beautiful Cattails die. Pops out super clean, really nice. So I'm just going to glue that down again. Just run glue on pretty much all this. Has a really nice thick areas, so you can get that glue on there and just pop it down on here. And let's see how we did here. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I have a little bit of my tape that came away there. Just beautiful. Okay, I'll be right back and we'll put everything together. Beautiful background. And I already put some dimensionals because I know I want to pop this up. It's like the main thing we're going to be looking at. And I didn't know if I was going to use this little guy or not, but you know what? We have them, so why not? Maybe. So let's put this here. Wait, don't want like that. Maybe a little more like this. And then this little guy can come in there. Aw. Yep, okay, so I have that there. And we'll put some glue on this little guy. And then we'll have our sentiment. You know, if you want to finish off with some little rhinestones or pearls or whatever it is you like to use. I'll probably do that maybe down in this area since I have this guy up here. Okay, let's get some space there. And then look at that. I mean, you guys. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna pop it right there. So I went pretty slowly, you know, to go through each step, but I think something like this can come together so quickly. Just put this on note cards, you know, in the background, have your little sentiment popped up. Really, really sweet. Thank you so much, LDRS Creative, for sending these items for review. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have some images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. I mean, look at that. Any color. I mean, it's just, oh, I love how it's clean. It's bright. Like, oh, I'm a fan. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.